Paris.
Wow. We can begin the program with that.
There you go.
Jill, would you please introduce the show? I'm on the phone with Vinny.
Oh my goodness. Well, today we're having a 4-in-1 with Vinny Paz, the invisible boxer, who will join us at any moment. And if for those of you who missed the interview with 𝗥𝗢𝗨𝗡𝗗, it was fabulous. So if you don't speak Spanish, find a friend who does and listen to that interview. It's a great, great, lively story about the history of boxing. They even discussed $1 Million Baby. And she was our first female champion, or I should say woman champion, or should I just say champion?
How did, remember Don Majewski, what he would say about the female champion? And please describe that. That's incredibly
It was funny. When Jose first declared, we are going to have female champions, he said, no, you have to have women champions, because when a man goes to the bathroom, he doesn't go to the male room. He goes to the men's room. And that was my first meeting with Don Majewski, one of the most hysterical cat-loving people on earth. And now we've progressed from female to women to genderless belts, just champion, which is the way it should be.
We have a good anniversary today, Jill.
Yes, we do.
Before we get into that, why don't we have 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗡𝗗 give us the message for today?
Okay. Well, thank you, Mauricio. Hi, Jill. Hi, Victor. Well, today is Friday, and we conclude one more week of the WBC talks. And to close this week in a positive way, we are going to reflect today on the relevance of a sports performance with our own children. And the specific question will be, how can you positively influence the performance of your son or your daughter? Well, first, we must have clear that it is important to have an impact on children who are athletes in a positive way. As parents, we always seek that all the actions we do for our children are the best for them. But nobody tells us how to do those actions or what's right or what's wrong, mostly in their training issues. For example, and to begin with, we don't even know the stage of the sports level. And that's one of the things we have to know as parents. There's a beginning stage when you enroll in the activity your child. And in this stage, our attitude as parents must be a very enthusiastic personality for them to hook on in the sport. The next stage is when the technifications begin. In general, this stage is during from 12 to 15 to 16 years, and is very complicated because in this stage, children are also with their hormonal changes, but it's a big influence from the social environment. But dedication during this stage can be very profit for the children in the future, in the long term. It is very important that parents remain always in a positive attitude in the work that and the benefits that sports give to their children, offer to the children, and be conscious that if they pass from the technification stage to the elite stage, well, everything changes, and in that Next step is when the athlete, it has to be dedicated almost full day to their sports activity. What I want to reflect and to be closing right now is that we as parents, we need to adapt in the way we're supposed to. We have to support our children in the sport, but we are not the trainers, okay? We are the responsibles to motivate the children, to hook them in the sports, but we are responsible for that part. And the professional part has to be with the coaches. And I just want to recommend to you to watch a movie that talks a lot about the influence of parents in the sport development from children. And the movie is called A Little Lie. And just remember to always be collaborative parents for your children. And I want to enjoy this panel and listen to Jill, Mauricio, and Victor and all the stories they have to tell us and share us today. Thank you very much and have a great weekend.
Thank you very much. 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗡, I think this is a great topic, especially in boxing. We have seen how the influence of the father is so important in the boxer. The father figure is usually there as the head trainer and the chief second, and that's an issue that we have been discussing for many years, because the father has a different view than any other person towards a son, and also the son has a different pressure, at the same time different motivation. So it's a complicated topic that has been discussed many times in the boxing world, but it's great to have it in sports and in the motivation and the understanding of what we have to do as a parent and as a kid with a father influence in the sport.
Yes, I think it's a topic that we can discuss later on, because we need to find out what we need to do as parents for our children. And many times we are very demanding with our children because we want to see through them what we couldn't accomplish. And it's not good. Well, the expert says it's not good for the mental health to have parents involved always in the professional stage, developed mostly in the elite stage of competition. So if you want, Mauricio, we can invite some experts to discuss this topic further on, and we can talk about it and I don't know, just learn more about this topic.
I think that would be a very interesting panel.
Okay, we'll work on that then.
Mauricio, did you have a chance to see the movie Ringside?
Ringside?
Yes.
Is it a movie or it's a series?
It's a movie. It's a documentary.
Oh, documentary. You know, it's on Showtime, right? Just featured. I do not have access to Showtime in Mexico, unfortunately.
Too bad. It really, really explores the relationship between the fathers and the young boxers, and how important, and I'm going to say boxing is to them, but it has to do really with the focus on a sport and the relationship with the fathers and how it influences their future. But for anyone who doesn't realize how important sports or an activity like sports is to the development of a child, they must see this movie. It's just, and also for all of us who love our athletes, it just reinforces the treasures that we're given with these young athletes when they come into the WBC, and how hard they worked and how passionate they are and how much of a difference it makes in their lives. It's quite amazing.
So it's in Showtime.
Yes, Ringside.
Is it available in Netflix or?
Don't believe so.
Apple TV, not yet, no?
Be Apple, but definitely, I don't know about that, but I've only seen it on Showtime.
Ringside.
Ringside. it's just a movie to me that everyone in boxing should watch, because we see these young athletes, some who never make it, walking in and out of the arena. We weigh them, we pass them, we talk to them, but we don't really know them. And this movie gives you an idea of who they really are and their relationships to their fathers, which is what 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗡𝗗 was talking about.
Yeah, and here is what is important is, of course, parents have a very relevant influence on the development of the sport, but we need to make sure until when parents have to be involved and when it's time to let them go. You know, maybe in the first to hook them up, it's important, and to be accompanied by them, but then it comes a time when they need to walk by themselves. But I'm gonna make sure to watch this movie. I'm gonna look for it this weekend. Yeah.
I mean, there's always been a controversy, even in the WBC, about fathers who are trainers and how that influences the fight and the health of the fighter.
Yes.
So it's a very interesting topic.
We can discuss about it. Well, we're gonna plan make a panel on this topic. So when we are ready,
It's great. And Victor, you look very worried. What's the matter?
I have Vinny here on the phone. Maybe you can talk with him. Meanwhile, I'm getting the link so he can download the app. Give me a second and let me try to put him on the phone.
Wasn't Vinny in one of the programs already?
No, he's in another program coming up. So he's practicing on this one.
No, but I think he was already in one of the Zoom programs.
No, but his phone is new. It's a brand new one, so he just got them. That's the reason. Vinny, can you hear them?
Yes, I can hear you and them.
Hey, Vinny, where's Vinny? Where's Vinny?
Vinny,
Yes,
that's extreme weight
can
cut.
you hear me?
I can see you.
How are you doing, Vinny?
Wait, say that one more time.
Victor, I think Jill has him scheduled for Monday. So let's
Wednesday.
Jill has him for next Wednesday. So let's get the technology part over, and we will reschedule Vinny for Wednesday, and then we can help him to hook in and get it done properly.
Okay.
So tell him not to worry about, and we will have him next Wednesday in a very nice program with Jimmy Birchfield.
Okay. I think he's listening, but I'm gonna be in the call with him. Okay.
Okay. So, Víctor, si quieres ya, explícale y le cuelgas ya para cerrar este programa.
So have you all watched the movie that was made about Vinny called Bleed for This?
Oh, it's one of the most, one of the best movies in boxing, in my opinion.
And just a great movie. Just
It's
an imaginative, great movie. Great performances, really good.
Yes, it is.
I saw it in Rhode Island at the opening in his hometown. They had to hire 2 theaters because there were so many people who wanted to see it. Victor, you're going to say something, I can tell.
No, he said he's okay, and we're gonna do some tests today, and then he will be ready for Wednesday.
Okay.
We're trying to do that right now. I mean, we're gonna try to give him the link, but it's gonna take at least 20 minutes to 30 minutes.
Yeah, just let's get him ready for next Wednesday, and then we'll prepare. We have a nice week coming up, so I think I would like to wish everyone a happy weekend and get ready because next week is gonna be great.
But Mauricio, I changed my shirt just to do this interview.
Me too. Look at me.
You were wearing red shirt when you interviewed Jackie. No, I just walked in the house. And look at 𝗧𝗔𝗟𝗡 in that beautiful yellow. This is not fair.
It's Friday, Jill. It's Friday. You up.
Did you already talk about Joe Louis?
Oh, we were saying that it is the anniversary of Schmeling and Lewis when Lewis lost.
We have some pictures.
One of the series.
Of that.
Well, show your pictures and then we'll get on with the weekend.
And you know that Max Schmeling, in the second fight, he needed to be in New York on the May 2nd, 1937. But he wanted to take the Hindenburg.
Wow.
That will put him in New York on the 6th, not on the 2nd. And because of that, his trainer said, no, let's take a ship. Even when it takes 30 days, we will be there on time. If not, Schmeling will be on the Hindenburg the day it burned.
Wow. That's a great trivia question. Amazing.
I read it somewhere.
Amazing. Wow. And they fought in Germany too, right? Schmeling and Lewis.
No, the rematch was in New York. And it's one of the greatest sporting events because Lewis knocked out Schmeling in one round with a so unbelievable atmosphere because of the war and everything that was happening in the world.
What is this? I don't know. Oh, Vinny. The low blow band. Who are these?
It's
John 𝗧𝗟𝗡.
John 𝗧𝗟𝗡. This is in Cancun.
Yes, I can tell by my hair. It wasn't
Yes.
a human.
Very good. So have a great weekend. Love you so much. Take care.
Have a great weekend.
Okay.
Bye, Vinny.
Bye.
Bye, Vinny.
Bye.